So this week we're going to talk about supply chain glitches. Now you might be thinking nothing ever goes wrong in supply chain management. It does all the time. And what do you do when it goes wrong? Coming right up. So on the topic of supply chain glitches, and welcome back to Lindsay, CEO of Rural Freight Connections. Great to have you join us. We were talking the other day about when things go wrong in supply chain and some of the things that typically go wrong and some of the typical solutions. And what are your thoughts on that? What have you come across? What tips have you learned over the years?
Yeah. Look, over the years, the key insight is around understanding that when you have a go live of a supply chain transformation, that is easier than fixing up when go lives go wrong. And the reason for that is, and understanding that actually helps you understand what to do to make getting back to steady state faster. Because when you think about heading into a go live, you've got the oversimplified structure is people, process, reporting, and customer. When you have gone through a go live and that's gone poorly, there's two key factors that are substantially more challenging. One is the customer is very stressed and upset, whether that's an internal customer or an external customer partner. Two is your people and your people leaders are fatigued. And so there's a very quick decision that you need to make where if you keep with your current leaders, they'll often be fatigued, stressed, not always thinking clearly, but they have the IP and the experience of having just gone through the go live and the learnings, and they understand the customer. Alternatively, you could engage with a completely new team or new leaders, and sometimes it is warranted because the pre-existing might be too fatigued, and a new team will come with typically operational experience and energy. However, what they don't have is the IP from their customer and what is unique about that customer. Because if a go live went wrong, typically it's because something is misunderstood in the first place. And so the key tip for turning around a poor go live is really to understand those two factors. The people will be tired and fatigued and stressed, and the customer will be very stressed and unhappy. And so the first 2 points are, besides getting all the basics right again, the first two, and creating that path to getting the basics right, the first two really critical points is how do you manage the customer to put the customer at ease and give them confidence that you will get out of it, but you probably also need their help to give you space to get out of it. But also, what is your people strategy to either help your people through it or give your people extra support through it?
Yeah, that's good. But it fundamentally comes down to communication as well, doesn't it? And I suppose in listening to you to describe that, that's very much a situation where something has gone wrong. The wheels have fallen off and we've got to sort of dive in and fix things. Extremely stressful situation, because anybody watching this probably think, yeah, but it's all about planning and so on. Sometimes you don't have time to plan, do you? I mean, like an implementation of a WMS or something like that, you've generally got time to plan it out, all the different scenarios and what can go wrong. What you're talking about here more is kind of the wheels have fallen off.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. You've got to balance the here and now, and the planning should have already happened, and that's what the customer will expect. Versus without a plan, you won't get out of it.
Yeah, it's very interesting the point you make there about fatigue, and I think people overlook that a lot. When people are working on their sort of day-to-day job and then having to deal with the stress of something that's gone wrong as well, or a significant implementation. It just reminded me of a somewhat funny story. We were helping a client a few years ago implement a new online solution. It was quite a substantial business. And we had a team helping them get it all ready and do the implementation and so on. And then I couldn't believe what happened. On the go live day, we sort of flicked the switch and it worked. And the management team decided to go on 2 days break.
Yes, that's often what happens. Yep.
And they said, you guys, you run it. And my team was left running it, which was fine. We'd helped set the whole thing up, but they were just exhausted.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the communication and trust was such that they were quite happy to just hand over this new sort of
Yes.
business to us to look after for a couple of
Yes,
days.
that's right. Absolutely. It's managing all of that ahead of time. But when that happens as well, people do randomly take sick days, need holidays because they are so fatigued, and balancing that, hang on, we need you today, but if we use you today, we won't get you for another week. And burnout. It's important, and also other family situations that, if things go wrong, people may have had plans for after go live because they would think that it would be in steady state and it's not, and needing to manage all of that.
So let's leave people with a little bit of a checklist. I'll put you on the spot here. So the wheels have fallen off, something's gone wrong, maybe, I don't know, an IT implementation's gone off the rails, or a new service has fallen flat and all the customers are hollering, and three things. It's just happened. Panic. What are three things that we should think about?
What's going on with your customer and all things to do with that? What's going on with your people and all things to do with that? And then, can I make it four?
Yeah, go on.
What's going on with your people and system basics and your operational basics? And then the fourth piece is your volume and what is the throughput that that you're having to deal with.
Yeah, no, that's good. Great checklist. Anna, so glad you could join us once again, and some great tips there on when things go wrong in supply chain management. And let's not fool ourselves that it's smooth every day of the week. It isn't.
No. Rob?
Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.
Thank you.